Okay, so today, let's get this down a little bit here, is NS7/8, and that is absolute value and the coordinate plane. Okay? So, let's go ahead and put I can use absolute value and coordinate plane. Okay? So, we need to talk about some definitions of some things. The first definition we're going to talk about is absolute value. Absolute value is very simple. Absolute value is the distance a number is from 0. Okay? The distance a number is from 0. The distance a number is from 0. So, like, if we had a little graph here, and we put 0 here, and 1 and 2, and -1 and -2, okay? If we were looking at the absolute value of -2 and 2, they both have the same absolute value of 1, 2, because they're both 2 spaces from 0. Okay? Does that make sense? So it's just how far a number is from 0. It's not really negative or positive. Okay? You also might hear this term magnitude. Now, magnitude is something that you're going to see a lot more of in 8th grade, but for right now we're just going to kind of give you a very general idea. And that general idea is this. Magnitude is basically the absolute value of a number. Okay, and that important thing is the number there. Okay? You all understand that we can use words to describe things, like debt or withdrawal. Okay? But when we're talking about magnitude, we're talking about the number itself. Okay? Not the words used to describe the number, but the number itself. Okay? Okay? So let's take a little bit closer look at absolute value. The absolute value is actually, you know what? Before we do that, I want to show you the symbol for absolute value. Let's put the symbol up here. The symbol is 2 bars. That's the symbol for absolute value. And you put those around the number. So it would go like 6, you'd put the absolute value bars around the number to let you know that you want to know the absolute value of 6. Okay. So those 2 bars mean absolute value. Okay? So if we look here, we want to do the absolute value of -6. We would put -6 inside those bars. Okay? And the absolute value of -6, well, let's figure it out here. We have 0, and we have -6 right here. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. So the absolute value of -6 is 6, because it's 6 spaces from 0. Okay? Now, can you think of another number that would have an absolute value of 6? That would be 6 spaces, different than -6? Josh?
6.
Yeah, 6. Over here, 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces from 0. So 6 and -6 have the same absolute value. Okay, let's take a look at 8. absolute value of 8 equals, put it on the number line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolute value is 8. Can you think of a different number that would have the same absolute value of 8? Daniela?
8.
Well, we already used that one. A different one. Jasmine?
Negative 8?
-8, yeah. Okay, let's look at -1. The absolute value of -1 equals -1 on our number line right there, and it's 1 space, so it would equal 1. Can you think of a different number? Tino?
1.
Yeah, exactly. 1. Okay? So as you can see pretty quickly, I think, every number has this absolute value of any number. There's a matching absolute value. So there's two absolute values or there's one absolute value, but for two different numbers, they share the same absolute value. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we have some sentence frames here for you to work with. Okay, so the absolute value of -15 or -115 is 115. I know this because 115 is -115 is 115 spaces from 0. Right? If you counted that, if you put that on a number line. Okay? So I'm going to leave this one for you and your partner to do. And I want to take a look at here, this one. The absolute value of, I don't know, let's do -7. The absolute value of -7 is 7. So the magnitude of -7 is 7. Okay? Okay?
You did on the wrong line.
What do you mean?
You said so the magnitude
Of -7 is 7. Okay? Magnitude, for our purposes, magnitude and absolute value are pretty close to the same thing. Okay? So that's it. And anyone has any questions? That's it.